Hey everyone, my name is Bree and welcome back to our channel 1134 Press, where we share bookmaking, journaling, and papercraft inspiration. So today I'm going to show you guys how to upgrade a dollar store journal. So our last two videos were junk journal related tutorials, and I realized that not everyone is into scrapbooking or junk journaling, and you just want some basic horizontal lines on the page so you can just freely write in your journal. But there is a way where you can, give it that junk journal vibe, that vintage vibe, without having to bind or sew or, learn a new skill, essentially. So we went to the dollar store and found a book that was $1. And then we went to the thrift store, we went to a GoodWill, and found a shirt that we are going to cut up to cover it, as well as do some other fun things with those upcycled materials. And this project cost us a total of $6 to make. So totally affordable, super fun way to personalize your journals so you can write your little fifis in there. So without further ado, here is the tutorial. Okay, so the first step is to cut out the text block. You're going to take a razor blade through the spine. You'll see there's a little open space and you can just slip a cutter right through there. The next step is to find a panel in your material that's big enough for you to cut. Unfortunately, I picked a shirt that had a lot of seams, so I had to figure out the best placement for the seam to show on the cover. So in retrospect, I would have picked a shirt that didn't have as many stitches. Once you have your panel of fabric cut out, you're going to glue the cover to the material. I'm just using Mod Podge. I use Mod Podge for almost everything. So I'm going to keep the shirt for projects later on. There's a little pocket on there and there's buttons in good shape, and I think I could definitely use those materials to make another book. This is a little corner cutter tool that I got from Amazon. I'll link it in the description below. It's just to make sure that you have perfect corners for when you need to fold over material onto your cover. And so you all know, in addition to making these crafting DIY videos, I also publish weekly on medium.com to give you guys more journaling inspiration and on what to write about. Last week I published an article about how to keep an affirmation journal, and that might be a really good prompt for a journal such as this one. That's just lines on the page, and maybe sometimes you feel stuck with writing about day-to-day life, or maybe that day wasn't particularly significant, but you still want to write. And if you are looking for more writing prompts to get the most out of your journals, I would recommend giving that article a read, which is linked in the description below. When gluing the sides down, I always start with the long sides first, and then I do the shorter sides. To make sure that you don't have like little excess fabric on the corners, what you want to do is tuck the fabric on the corners in first before you fold over. And you'll see that I kind of forgot that step and just went back through to do it, and it just makes the book look a lot neater. While your cover is drying, what you want to do now is prepare the text block to be able to glue inside of the book. I chose handmade natural paper because it was nice and thick and I like the texture of it, and I think that brown works really well with the pattern on the cover. So you want to fold your pages in half and then cut them down to size. I just placed the text block over top of it and traced it, so then I would know where to cut. Whenever I'm doing case binding, I always put a piece of scrap paper underneath of the first page to make sure glue doesn't leak out. So once you lay glue onto that front page, you are going to put the brown paper that you cut out over top of it. The next thing we're gonna do is figure out what size we need the belt to be to wrap around the book. So I got one of those, I guess, waist belts where it has this little metal piece that slides and you can adjust the size of the belt. I just took that, I guess, slidey piece off and then measured how long my belt needs to be to comfortably fit around the book. Once you figure out what size you need, you just cut off the excess pieces, and then we are going to loop it back around the buckle and fasten it together. I decided to use rivets instead of sewing it. I wanted to do a project that didn't require any sewing. So you just punch 2 holes, slide your rivets in there, and then it's nice and secure. To attach the belt to the book, you're going to use an awl and punch 2 holes in the back of the book. And then you'll slide a rivet into the hole to keep it secure. once our belt is attached, we are going to glue our text block into the cover. And there you have it. The book is complete. Thanks guys for watching this tutorial. Again, we post videos every Wednesday. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to our channel. That really supports us to keep making videos. In the description, you'll find all of our tags to social media. We also post a new article every week, typically Mondays. Let's just say Mondays, on Medium, where I share more journaling inspiration. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next Wednesday.